Hello, and welcome to this tutorial. As you can hear in the background, this tutorial is about sheep and their wool. I am going to show you how to make an industrial wool farm. Now, normally I make small farms that are enough for a single player, but I had this idea running in my head for a while now, and I had to try and make it. First off, let's take a look at the workings of this farm. There are 8 platforms in total. I'll show you the back real quick. So this is one platform which houses 2 color sheep. So there are 8 total, 16 colors, which means that we have all the colors in the game. The workings of this: each time a sheep eats the grass, an observer underneath detects the block change and the grass will move 1 block along. And this is the same for both sides. The grass conveyor itself is 12 blocks long in each direction and is surrounded by other grass. This allows the grass to grow faster, so when it makes it to the next sheep station, there's fresh grass patch for the sheep to eat. As you can see, the grass grows and keeps growing, then the sheep eat it, and it's a continuous circle, and it's fully automated. Now, another cool feature of this farm is the shear delivery system, and there will be a minecart coming up. There it is, and we'll go down again. So let's show you how that works. I'm pretty proud of it. This chest is full of shears. There we go. It will go up. And once it's all the way at the top, it will move from platform to platform. Like that. Down into the second one, and it does the same on the other side. So these platforms house a powered rail, and these platforms have a hopper underneath it. So if this hopper is empty, it will fill, and it's a continuous circle. It will go up, down, and it will keep filling the shears when needed. The reason I made this method is because it will save on hoppers and having way too many shears inside the hoppers, because the hoppers need to go way up top. And you will have to fill everything, so every station has shears. Now this way it will be refilled every time it's needed. The only thing we need to do is keep this stocked, that's it. Now, and this system works the same on both sides. The layout is a bit different on the track there, but the rest is exactly the same. The minecarts will go up, go down, up again, down, refill, and again. I divided this video into 3 parts. The first part is about the units that house the sheep. The second part is about the shears delivery system. And the third part is about the storage system. The materials that are needed are also separated per part in the description below. The farm dimensions are 28 blocks wide, 20 blocks long and 32 blocks high. We're gonna start by placing grass and going 7 blocks in, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we go 4 blocks up, and the 3 blocks beneath you can remove. This is the corner of a farm. Now we need to go 12 blocks in this direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13th block is a solid block. I use stone bricks, but you can use any solid block you want. And another piece of grass. Now we come back here and do the same for all sides. Grab the piston. I'm gonna place the pistons facing inward like that. Now once we have the square, we can put in the grass conveyor. We are gonna start every time from this corner. This is our first piston. That will make it easier along the way. So let's go to the other piston. Place another block here, remove this one. Then the same to this side, remove that block. And the same again on this side, remove that block. We're gonna leave this block in. If we remove this block, then there's nothing to push. So we need one block to push it along. That is the grass conveyor belt. Again, we're gonna start from the first piston. We're going to go on the outside, place some temporary blocks. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4th block. Into those temporary blocks place a hopper and place more hoppers inside till you get to the end. On top of this we can place a rail, place 2 solid blocks on the edge, place your hopper minecart in the middle and cover the last part up. We're gonna do the same on that side. Again, from this piston we're gonna go to the second piston. From the second piston we go 2 blocks over, place 2 temporary blocks, place 2 hoppers, remove the temporary blocks, place 2 solid blocks on the end, the rails on top of the hopper and the minecart on top of that, and close this off like so. We're gonna place a observer into this block. We're gonna do the same on this side. On top of the observer we're gonna place a dispenser. Same again on this side. Next we're going to make sure the conveyor will turn with the help of redstone. The redstone will be placed on glass. Again, we're gonna start from the first corner. Place a glass block underneath the solid block for the repeater to sit on and place the blocks to the middle. 6 total. And place 2 extra blocks like that. Go 1 block in on the 6th and the rest place it till you come to this piston. And now we're gonna go to the other side. For the second piston we're gonna do the same. Let's place it towards that. Now the third piston is different because we need to go from here. So 2 blocks in and then like that. If we don't do it like that we can't put in the shear bubble faders. Now we're gonna go back to the first corner, grab a repeater, place that into the solid block. The repeater stays on 1. Second piston, the repeater goes on 3. For the third piston we're gonna place 2 repeaters. That will go on total of 5 ticks. For the fourth piston we're gonna go 7 ticks. So that is 4 and 3. The rest of the glass we can fill up with redstone. Let's connect up the observers. I'm gonna start with this observer on the first corner, so near the second piston. I'm gonna go 1 solid block out, then 2 glass and 3 glass like that, and 1 glass down. Same on this side. Solid block, glass, glass, 1, 2, 3, and 1 down. Now we need to make sure that these signals are delayed a bit. We'll explain that in a minute. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone, then a repeater on 2 ticks, then again 2 redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, repeater 2 ticks, 1, 2, like that. Now the reason we do this on 2 ticks is that when this sheep will eat the grass, there is a slight delay in the conveyor moving forward, so that sheep there will have a chance to eat the grass as well. The next unit will go on top and will have exactly the same glass in it. The redstone is done. Let's place where we can grass on the inside. Same on this side. Now we have 2 rings. The bottom grass will make sure this grass grows again. And to make sure we got even more chance of the grass growing, we're gonna place outer ring and an inner ring on top of it as well. Alright, so now before we start and placing the middle ring, we're first gonna place the hoppers. On the front side we're gonna place 3 hoppers. We're going in from the side like that. So you got 1 hopper in there, those 2 go into the other, and on the back end we're gonna do 2 hoppers. Just like that. That's it. Now fill in the rest with grass like this. And there you have it. That is the inner outer ring done. Grab the glass and make a room for the sheep. Like so. And the same on this side. So we're gonna put the lighting in now. The lighting can be any lighting you want, but I suggest you use either glowstone, sea lanterns or jack-o'-lanterns. So we're gonna start in the corner again. Place the lanterns 1 block above the grass, all 4 corners. And we're gonna place the 5th one on this side like that. That is the unit in total. Now this is done, we need to put in the sheep. Let's pretend we're in survival. So let's place a track down like so. That I already put a track into the sheep breeder. The sheep breeder, just to give you a quick view, I've got 2 adult sheep here. They are bobbing on some water. There is 1 block missing here, so the water will flow down. Every time they will make new sheep, they will flow towards there and you can pick them up on the back with a minecart. Now we've made a nice track, but we got one problem, and that is the minecart won't break. Especially with more sheep in there, it will be difficult. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise one more, remove that and place in a cactus. That will ensure that the minecart will break. It will give the sheep a bit of damage, but it's not bad. Let's make sure that the sheep doesn't end up anywhere else. Place some glass as a ceiling, like so, and that should break the minecart and put the sheep directly where it belongs. So let's test that out. And sheep is in and quite fine. Sometimes the sheep will get stuck on the cactus, so be careful of that. And that usually begins when there are too many in there for them to just fall down. So just be aware that you have 10 in there. So now we got 1 sheep in. Let's put in the other 9. So, and that's it. 10 sheep in. Now you can remove all this and put a glass block above the sheep so they don't escape. And just repeat the same process on the other side. So now this platform is done. We're gonna put in the second platform. That's the same layout as this platform. You're gonna go 3 blocks up, and on the 4th we'll start our platform. Now we know the corner to start from. The rest will be the same as shown before. Place 2 units next to each other and 4 units on top of each other to make a total of 8 units. I made the units off camera, and you should have a build that is similar to this. And now it's time to make the shear delivery system. Alright, so we need the middle of the farm. That is, as we are 28 wide, we have a middle of 2 just here. Place 2 blocks on either side of the middle. And then we go 6 blocks in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And same on this side. 6. Place a chest, a double chest on the last block. Same on this side again. And place a hopper downward like that. Now we need to make the station here. Let's start with the train tracks. The hopper, you go down 1 and 5 that way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get 4 normal. Let me replace this real quick like that. Then 3 like so, and 1 around the corner. Let's do this. Make sure that the block behind the hopper is a solid block, because the train will stop there and will leave from there. If that isn't a solid block, then the train won't leave. So underneath the hopper, we're gonna place a powered rail, then a normal rail, then a detector rail, normal rail, and power rail. We're gonna read from this hopper with a comparator. So place a comparator at the height of the hopper. We need to dig this out, because we need a comparator into a block to a redstone torch, and after that to redstone dust into a repeater on 1 tick. Now you can see, as long as this is empty, the rail will be powered. Once there's something in here, then the rail will turn off. This station has one drawback, and that is that as long as the hopper is full, the rail underneath will stay off. But that also stays off if the minecart with chest has items in it. So it won't send the minecart away and the system doesn't get new shares delivered. To make sure the minecart will keep going around, we need the system to activate the rail so it won't get stuck. For that we have this detector rail that has a comparator next to it, and every time the minecart comes by, the comparator sees how full the chest is. And as long as there is something in the chest, the comparator will send a signal to the powered rail so the minecart won't stay underneath the hopper. Quick note, in the early stages of filling the farm with shears, the minecart might come down empty and not trigger the rail to power. This is only in the beginning of filling the farm. Once all dispensers are full, the minecart should keep going around. From the comparator we go into a solid block. On the end of that solid block, a redstone torch. On top of that redstone torch, another solid block. And then another torch on the end. That torch will go off. Then 2 solid blocks here. A repeater on 4 ticks. And 1 redstone dust here. This redstone dust will be powered when the rails are powered, but that is no problem. Let's build the track. Let's put on powered rails until the bend. Yep, like that. We need a lever. We need to power these rails. We need to power that one. Now from the end of this track we're gonna place blue ice. We're not using packed ice because blue ice slides along further and faster. So it makes sure that the train will end up in the water. Next to that ice we're gonna put 1 soul sand. And we're gonna place 2 high glass around it. Like this. And place a sign on this side so the water can't get out. So now we can place the rest of the column for the bubble vader. We need to place a solid block on every underside of a new unit except the bottom one. This is for the minecart going down later. So we need to keep that in mind. We can just leave the grass here and fill in the rest with glass. It's not a problem. Don't forget to put these in, otherwise the redstone will wash away. Now this needs to be a solid block because we are on the bottom of the new unit. And again, this one needs to be a solid block. And again one. Now we need to make sure that the column end of it is 5 blocks above the grass. These sides are 4 blocks above. And these are 2 blocks above. Now we're gonna place some ice. Again, use blue ice if possible. And surround this with glass. Leave this gap open. That's for the minecart to fall through. And in order to stop the water, place a sign here. And we can close this off. We will fill this with water later. Now from here the train will fall onto these rails, so place powered rails here. Place a stone brick behind that and next to it. The next to it we need to power, like that. Do not power this side, because then the redstone will go on. Just power it on the top. The train will fall here. We already put this one in. Just underneath that we're gonna place another block. Place a lever on the side, put it on, and a powered rail. Make sure that across from this, 2 blocks between, we need this block. If we don't do that, the powered rail will shoot off and end up here and empty itself out on there. So we need to stop it from going directly down. The same story here. We need the blocks, lever on top, and powered rails on the hopper. And again the same for this. There's a block there, lever on the side, powered rails. The minecart will go against the glass and will fall down. So we need to catch it here. We're gonna place 1 block there against the glass and 2 on the side. 5 more this way. Place powered rails on top of it. Place a lever and powered rails. Blue eyes on the end of it. Full sand. And we're gonna cover this with 2 high glass. Fine. To stop the water. And again the same as at the other side, we're gonna pull this up at the same level. Alright, at the top we're gonna do the same as on this side. I'm gonna place 2 eyes like that. So the train cart will fall onto this. Cover the sides up, but leave 1 gap open. And cover the top. Oh, I forgot the sign. Sign there, so the water don't flow down. And downwards we're gonna do exactly the same as the other side. Part where the rail will go down, we go across right there, 1 up from the bottom, 3 blocks, place powered rails and power them. Now the minecart will drop down into here and down there. So that is the whole system. Now we still need to put in all the water. As I am in creative, I'm gonna put in the water just bucket for bucket. In survival, you need to replace this block with dirt, place on kelp and up to the top, make source blocks. Remove the dirt, replace it with soul sand and you have a bubble elevator. So I've put in some shears here, the chest is full. We can put on a minecart there, that will fill up. Now for the first time the minecart won't leave when it is full. That is why we have built this for when it's coming in, but it won't go out. We can resolve that by removing this comparator, replacing it back. Now it will do its round. And as you can see, I made a mistake here. I forgot to place this block as a solid block. So let's place a block real quick. And now it should come back and go further. And there we go. So the system is running. Alright, so this will take a while for it all to fill up. But that's not a problem. This will run and keep running. Now we can move to the other side and do the same here. Now this side is a bit different. We're gonna start at the hopper again. So we dig down 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 in total. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And now we should line up with that bubble fader. Place 1 block here. 1 block of ice. Soul sand. And the glass around it. Just like so. Place the sign. Like that. And we can fill the rest in with rail. We're gonna use powered rail except for the corners, of course, and the end with the station. This is gonna be a powered rail. This is a normal, and this is gonna be a detector rail. Now for this station, we're gonna do the same as on the other side. So we're gonna place a comparator here. The comparator will go into a block, like that, into a torch, to redstone, and finally to a repeater. Let's remove this. This is going to be a comparator out of the detector rail, into a block, into a torch, block on top of the torch, again a torch, a repeater on 4 ticks, and redstone dust connecting this with each other. And that is the station done. Before we're gonna put the elevator up, let's place a block here, 1 to the side and 1 up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ice, soul sand, and this should be right on the edge. It is. Place glass around it, and place a sign there so the water won't flow back. Powered rail, place that all across, and activate it like that. Still need to activate these. Powered rail, that, and we're gonna power these rails as well. So that is the bottom nearly finished. We need 1 block here, 2, 3, lever, power rails, and that is the bottom done. Now that is done, let's build up the towers quickly. So that is the farm, and all we need now is the storage system. So it's time for the storage system. We're gonna start in this corner. We're gonna go 3 out and place 8 double chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And place hoppers into that. And again, double chest on top of that. Once again, hoppers into the chests. And we're gonna place double chest on top of this as well. Now all the hoppers will come out at the same side and at the same height. So we're gonna move this into the side chest, this one into this chest, and place hoppers into the other chests like so. And then we're gonna place them up. We need to go all the way up to the top. This will take a lot of hoppers. It's the fastest system. Just connect them up like that. And now we have 2 left for the top. You will get something like this. Again, this takes a lot of hoppers. If you do it with water streams, then you can do it, but it's difficult to do. That's why I chose for hoppers. Now this we need to copy exactly on the other side. Well, that is the farm. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel for more videos to come. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.